What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Respect and Pray Show with yours truly, Miguel Mike Medina, Triple M. And on this interview, wow, I met this man when I was in City College. He was a sports information director, and I didn't really know what a sports information director does until I met him, and I started to understand more what his responsibilities were. And now I completely sports information directors are journalists, sports writers, um, best friend, I should say, because anyone you want to interview, you have to go through them in order to set everything up. So he's the first sports information director in my sports writing career that I've met, and now he went from that to now associate athletic director for strategic communication and content creation at Brown University. So stay tuned for this interview because you'll get to learn more about him and his unbelievable journey from where he started to now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to present to you Mr. Kelvin Queliz. Kelvin, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad to have you here. You've come a long way since City College, but I want to get started from the beginning. When did you knew that you wanted to work in sports for a living?
I think it was like most people. I'm Dominican, so played baseball growing up. Wasn't necessarily good enough to keep playing at a professional level. So I still want to be around sports, but what's a way around? So when I was a student at Delaware, interned in the sports information office, and that's kind of how I got started. And then from there, it was really just trying to get into every facet. So whether it was marketing, whether it was creative communication, social media, whatever it was. And so, yeah, I went from there to an internship for 8 months, and then I was at City College. At that time, I was the youngest sports information director. I was 21 when I was hired there. So, fast forward now, and I oversee an office in the Ivy League institution. So it's definitely come full circle a little bit, where I'm not necessarily doing the work, but I'm leading our unit and kind of overseeing the external facet.
Did any of your professors at University of Delaware played a big role in your career? If so, name a few.
Yeah, so one specifically that I would say is and I don't even know if he's still there, but his name is Eddie Epstein. He worked for the Oakland A's, for the Baltimore Orioles, and he was an adjunct professor. So he taught a baseball class that was kind of like similar to Moneyball. So if you read the book or if you saw the movie Moneyball, he played a role in that. And he's the one that taught us like 40-man roster, taught us arbitration, taught us a lot of those things that, you know, you don't see from the outside looking in. You just know the guys are playing, but you don't understand the business side of it. So really from that, I would say him. But then other than that, really it was trial by error. It was, learning with a lot of people. I'm still close friends with a lot of the folks that were in that same thing. And a lot of us are still working in sports. So yes, I mean, I think coming up together helps. Everybody comes up together, but I will say there's not many people that look like me and you that are in sports, especially in college sports. So definitely now, one of the things I'm trying to do is give back to people that look like me and see how can I get people invested into athletics, knowing that the money's not going to be great, at least initially.
For sure, for sure. Um, as time goes by, you know, the pay gets better and things like that. To watch you grow from sports information director at City College to now at Brown University, how does it feel to work at an institution like Brown University for these last 9 months?
Yeah, I think it's unique in a sense because there's not many people. Like, if you're going to school, unless you have money, or you're playing a sport and like a full scholarship type of thing, not many people that that come from the same background, me, you, and a lot of people from New York City, and some of the inner areas, like they're just not going to Brown. It's not a school that you can go to. Just it costs $70,000 a year. Um, and it's not a shot at Brown University. It's just that's just the institutional mindset. So it's iconic in the academic side. And so for me, it definitely, there's again not many people that look like me in this field. I think we did a study right before I left my previous school, and then there were 13 Spanish communication professionals in college athletics in Division 1. And again, I mean, from my perspective, it's you know looking back on how can I make it to where, hey, you can be like me and you can start where I started, trying to scrape by, and then now all of a sudden now you're making a career and you're making very good money to a point where now you're working for an Ivy League institution.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned in life so far?
I think is you're not bigger than anybody else. Like, I try to. I think there's a very fine line between being confident and arrogant. I'm very confident in what I do. I know I'm good at what I do, but I'm not arrogant about it. It's a team. If you work on our team, you don't work for me, and that's just not the way that I see it. Like we work together. When something fails, I fail. When something goes great, I need to give praise because to me, it's a big thing. And like I say this to everybody that works with us, you give me 2 years, and my job's supposed to be in those 2 years, I should be able to help you either take over for me or move on and lead your own office. And I say that because I think I need to challenge people. And I wish that, I had that same mindset when I was coming in. But I also understand that, I think it's sometimes you think you're bigger than one or two things. And that's just not what it is. I think I would never ask somebody to do something that I wouldn't do. I don't think I'm bigger than anybody in our profession. And frankly, I also think it's giving back. Like you see all the time on social media now, specifically, like you see people, um, you know, I think you need to help other people, especially if you want to hire, because now you're really hiring off of social media. It's no longer like, hey, you're posting this job and hope people apply and all that stuff. By the time we post a job, 10 to 15 people that you want on your team. So to me, I think it's definitely giving back. And then also, again, being confident, but not arrogant.
About Kelvin that you want people to know? Or is there more about you that you want to do that you haven't accomplished yet? You want to do it?
Yeah, I think from a professional level, I think I want to become an athletic director. I don't know how many um, Spanish athletic directors there are in the country, but I think that that's the next goal. Right now, currently, I oversee communications, creative, broadcast, production, social media, and digital. And then I'm the sport admin for baseball. So I think the next step for me would be, trying to become an athletic director. Hopefully at Division 1 institution, but doesn't really matter where. And then from a personal level, I mean, my wife and I just had our baby 4 or 5 months ago. Actually 5 months ago. By the time this gets posted 5 months ago. So it's been great. It's been a blessing in disguise for us to move here, and have our baby here closer to family. So yeah, I mean, from a personal level, I think, being able to be that family person, because I don't. One thing I try to tell people is the job is still going to be there tomorrow. When I was 21, 22 doing it, I was doing it for like, I think 60, 70 hours a week, and you get burned out. And I'll never forget, somebody told me, she's no longer at City College, but her name was Jackie Meadow. She told me, she was like, hey, do the 10 to 7 rule. Anything that happens after 10 o'clock, unless it's important, don't write anything until at least 7 a.m. And that was a mindset that I had to carry over, because when I first started off, it was a grind. It was hey, I'm staying from midnight to midnight. Like I will do whatever I need to do. So definitely from a personal side is being family first. My family gave up a lot for me to advance in this career. So, personally, I think that, and then professionally becoming an AD.
You'll get there eventually. Congratulations, by the way, on having the newborn. But you'll get there eventually. Where can we follow you on social media?
Yeah, so my social media is I am Kelvin Q, across Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Facebook is just my first name, last name. LinkedIn, same thing. The university account is BrownU_Bears for everything. Again, same platform. So yeah, I mean, if you want to work in college athletics, if I can help in any way, if there's internships or if there's on any entry level openings, or even if you're like, hey, I've had 5 or 10 years of experience, I want to lead my own office. By all means, just hit my DMs or my email. I want to make sure that I keep giving back to people, especially the people that look like me and you.
Most definitely, you heard it there, folks. Anyone who's interested, this is the guy for you. All right. So, Kelvin, this platform, the Respect and Praise Show, is about giving people their respect, their praise, their flowers for everything that they're doing, especially those who don't get the exposure that they deserve. So I am so proud of you, man, to see you all these years grow from sports information director to now the king of the jungle, I should say. I'm from university, but clearly it's not going to stop there. We still have more to accomplish in this field. So I salute you, brother, and keep doing what you're doing, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.